Hey, what's up, family? This mental stimulant coming through, and I'm gonna make it quick. This is a message about those who may feel that they're under spiritual attack. I'm gonna point out some key points of how you can tell if your energy is being siphoned from you, and there's several ways that it's done. It's done while you're asleep or any other hours. But I'll speak about the ones about when you're awake, because a lot of these subtle nudges you'll brush off as this or that. But once you start to pay attention to the pattern of how often it happens, this same localized spot, you'll start understanding better. I would advise everyone to locate where all of their chakras are so you can pay attention to where exactly you're feeling pinpricks in your body, like someone sticking you with a safety pin for eyes. You'll feel tugging and pulling, in specific spots, like, say, for instance, if someone is attempting to block or siphon energy from the heart chakra, it will be at the location of the heart. You'll feel a tugging, a physical tugging at your heart. It can be confused with, indigestion, heartburn, things of that nature, gas, But if it happens often, if you pay attention to the pattern of how often it happens, the times a day may vary. It just depends upon when the person is doing spell work on you. So let's not pay too much attention to the time of day. Unless you notice that it only happens at a time of day, then that would mean that whoever the practitioner is has allotted a certain time and a certain schedule. Probably because of the ritual that they're doing, they have to do it at the same time every day. It just depends. Let's say, ladies, you know how you feel. For those that are mothers, you'll be very familiar with this, of when you're having implantation symptoms around your ovaries in your private area. Around the locations of your ovaries, you'll feel pinpricks or pulling, just a different location. A lot of time that's when people are siphoning and stealing sacral energy. That is your sacral chakra. Lots of women will put it off. I must be about to come on, or I'm about to come on, or I might be pregnant, etc., etc. Different things, because we're used to certain sensations at different times of the month. A person that, especially a female that studies her calendar and knows her cycles, etc., you'll feel those pinpricks right around your ovary area. And that's someone, either they have a voodoo doll or they're siphoning energy. For men, I would imagine it feels the same way. You'll have like pinprick sensations in your groin. Same thing. Someone is attempting to siphon your sacral energy. That's your sexual energy. Especially for those that are celibate, you'll be way more sensitive to it. But if you're sexually active, you're probably going to think something crazy, like something's wrong, I need to go to the doctor or whatever. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying that, these are different things that we mistaken these things for. Even when your throat chakra is being attacked, you'll have a sore throat, feel congestion in your throat, almost making it hard for you to speak, stumbling over your words, etc., etc. Solar plexus is the stomach. That's your creative energy. There's different sensations, almost an unnatural like sensation, like pinpricks in your side and tugging or pulling in your stomach, kind of making you feel like you got butterflies and things of that nature. Pay attention to the different locations on your body where you notice, I always feel like this always happens, I don't know what's wrong. Pay attention. Pinpricks and a tugging sensation, like something is really pulling on that specific organ. You can feel it. It's just sometimes we brush it off as being this or that. And, it could be spiritual. Someone is attempting to siphon your energy from you. Someone has a voodoo doll on you. The signs are there, That's all I wanted to share with you. I'm sure there's others, Feel free, if you like, to drop your specific dealings as far as dealing with this. If you want to add some other things to it in the comments, feel free to do so as far as your experience goes. But this was just to help someone. I love you guys so much. Have a great day. Peace.